hopefully you can hear me. The wind's blowing pretty good today. We're having a bunch of thunderstorms roll through, so I hope you can hear me. But sorry, the camera, but I'm trying to keep it out of the wind. So what we did, we got some kingpins put in. We got 2 new steer tires, as you can see. We got some Firestone. We matched the other side with the same type of Firestone on it. We got that done, and that's what I did. Is I had the power steering leaking from the hoses. They had old hoses on here, so I went ahead and replaced all the hoses. This hose going to the reservoir. I replaced the gasket inside the reservoir, and also the high pressure hose going to the gearbox. And hopefully this gearbox is not leaking. If it, I went ahead and cleaned it off with brake cleaner, and hopefully that was just residual oil coming from, you know, the reservoir, because I knew that gasket had to be replaced because it was leaking from the reservoir. And hopefully that was just some residual right there. And but if not, I'm going to have to replace that input shaft seal on the. But I'll keep an eye on that. And it is March the 10th or 11th, something like that. But we got that done. We're going to work another week. Again, try to do the brakes, the drums, because I have a load to pick up. And just check the oil. Getting ready to leave, but just check the oil and the antifreeze and oil. This thing does not burn oil at all. I mean, I'm right at 13,000 miles, and this is the first time I put just a little bit of oil into it. I probably put about 2 quarts, maybe 3 quarts of oil, maybe. But it wasn't even half a gallon. And you can see here's the other steer tire that I put on. And oh yeah, I told you that I did get new clamps for that downpipe of the turbo right here. Sorry, my fingers are in the way. The downpipe of the turbo right here, I got new clamps for it and gaskets, and it was still leaking. Whenever we try to regen, it will still blow that smoke. So I went ahead and replaced it. I bought a new flex pipe, and I put it on about a month ago. So since I put that on and made sure all my clamps were tight all the way back to the outlet of my DPF, all my clamps are tight. Since then, it hasn't leaked or anything like that. So it's regenning itself going down the road. So if you have problems with that, with it regenning going down the road, it's probably reading. It's probably not doing it because it's not reading the pressure right, either coming off the turbo with the exhaust or coming out the outlet of the DPF. So just make sure all your clamps are tight. Make sure your flex pipe is good, because if those flex pipes get a crack in them, they will piss out smoke. Smoke that's burning from it trying to regen. So that's what we did, and we think we're good to go. Hopefully, we got a load to Dallas, and I did do an Iowa load. Is what happened was I went to. Let me get inside. It's windy out here. Because I have a few minutes. I'm not in a real big hurry, but I'm just trying to leave before the weather gets too bad. It's already there's been some rotation in the clouds, and hopefully I don't run into any really high winds. But I mean the winds are already high, so I'm gonna have to watch it. And as you can tell by the clouds, I mean they're moving pretty good. But what I need to get done in the next week or two is get the brakes and drums changed, and also get an overhead, and also and I'll probably do the overhead and the brakes and drums myself. I'll just take it to the house. I will film it, give you guys a perspective on it, and oh man, this wind is blowing. I want to show you my buddy that parks beside me here. He had a government contract, and he bought He had a government contract this last year for $300-something-thousand, and he bought a brand new Peterbilt in a brand new trailer. And he finished that contract, and he paid off that Peterbilt and that brand new trailer while he was doing that government contract. Well, he went and traded that Peterbilt in. I don't know if he still got the Peterbilt or not, but he went down and bought him, look at that, buddy. He went down and bought him I think that's a brand new Kenworth, but he also bought that trailer from Landstar. And why I know that he bought it, because that trailer's been sitting there for like 4 months, you know, and it hasn't moved. So I think he bought that from Landstar. He bought that, and all of his equipment is paid for. I mean, his family has a trucking company, but he does things on his own, you know. He got that government contract on his own and did that. Let's go check out his truck, man. I haven't seen this. I mean, you're seeing it the first like I am, this KW W900. I believe it's a W900. I don't know, maybe it's a little used. I don't know what year it is. Let's zoom out. Oh yeah, it's a nice one, man. It is a nice one. And I guess that he's got the big condo sleeper on there, straight pipes. He does have DEF on it, so I don't know exactly what year it is. He's got the LED lights put on, and that bumper and grill, man, with that bow tie. That's the kind of bow tie I want, but I want mine painted. Yeah, that looks nice, dude. That looks like almost a brand new truck. I wouldn't be surprised if it is. But I don't know if they make those W900s like that, do they? He's also got a Metron pack on it. Man, that is nice. Lucky dude. I say lucky, but he works hard, man. He's been out for you know, 6. I just, you know, I did the power steering. I did the power steering yesterday. Replaced all the hoses and filled it back up, so I need to crank it up and move the steering wheel, let it warm up, move the steering wheel all the way to the left, all the way to the right, try to get any air out of the system. But we're gonna get that. Hello and good morning, people. Yeah, we made it up here to Iowa 80 last night. I mean, it's only like 20 minutes from that plant down there in Buffalo. The plant in Buffalo is down there in Davenport, and it's just down 280. So we just came up 280 and a couple miles on 80 up to Iowa 80, got a spot, went in, took a shot. There's a close-up of the Mississippi. We are right next to the Mississippi. Over here, going to try to find this plant right off the river. See a little tugboat there. No, it's a barge. But this plant's not too far away now. Up here a little ways. Is actually not on. It must be a newer plant because it's not on Google Maps. So it's just an open space. So we're gonna go down here. Another shop, Mississippi River. Right on it. They even have some park benches and stuff where you can go strolling along the river. Come on. All of you who want to stroll along the river. And I've never been here, so there's a war dedication right there. There's some artillery, Coast Guard, Air Force National Guard. War dedication. Must have gotten a lot of snowfall here lately. I mean, I'm thinking from the melt off, and look, they still have a foot on the ground. So they must have got about 2 feet at least of snow over here. I mean, you've seen from the previous clips of all the snow. feet of snow that they got, then the piles would have been a lot bigger. So I think it was around 2 feet of snow that they got. Some of it has had to have melted away. Alright. Found the plant. It's about a mile or 2 miles down the road. I just kept going straight looking for it, and it's on the left-hand side instead of the right-hand side where the GPS says. But it's across the railroad tracks, right in between the Mississippi and the railroad tracks. And yeah, she told me to come around. When if you come in here, you need to turn to the left at the railroad tracks in front of the building and come around all these buildings to this spot. But I mean, this is where they load railroad cars at. So I guess I need to keep going because I haven't seen another. Yeah, I haven't seen another. Another sign for, you know, trucks coming around the building. And I guess this is the dock right here. I'm guessing. To my right, I thought I spied some dock doors. And I'm just going to pull up here. Because I think I may have to back in right there. Maybe. But, okay, we are going to go check in somewhere and see what the deal is. Well, if you come here, there is a number on shipping and receiving. Shipping and receiving is right behind us. But they want you to call the number and give your PO number, your pickup number. Give them your trailer number, where you're going, and your empty weight. And these are one of these dark backing in places. You can barely see anything. So I can roll down a window. Yeah, but those two drivers over there in those trucks are probably going to be pissed off at me because I think they were here before us, before I was, but they pulled in too far instead of going around the building. They pulled in straight there, and I came in behind them, and she pointed me to go around the building, and that's where I went. And then they came in behind me. And I told that guy that freaking docks are right here, but he just kept making a circle around the parking lot. So. And so I'd already called the shipping and receiving, and they told me to go ahead and back in. So that's what I'm doing. That is what I'm doing. I don't have time to wait on these guys because they're still messing around over there. I don't know what they're doing. But it's kind of hard to see back there. It was dark. So having to situate this truck just right. They have some yellow lines on the dock. Put your trailer in between. So that's what I'm trying to do. I think these are maybe hauling salt block instead of mats. I don't know. So I saw some pallets of salt block on there. I didn't mean to leave it running, but I was talking to that other driver. So sorry I got ahead of you, you know. And he said like, he's like, well, we were already parked over here. She told us to come back around and go around the building, but I don't think that's the case. I think they were parked up there at the front entrance, you know, like I saw them parked up there at the front entrance, and they just went straight. Which, you know, I can't blame them for that, because I would have done the same thing. I would have went straight right there too, because I didn't see that sign that said trucks to the left in front of that building. But I'm already getting loaded, so I just wonder how to get out of here. There goes a UPS truck over the railroad tracks. So maybe we go out that way. I don't know, because I think this is a one-way the way I came in. So we may have to wait. But let's get loaded and go back up on 80 over to Des Moines. Then I think we're going down to Kansas City at 70. To Salina to the 81 South. But that may change, but I think that's going to be the fastest route. And my GPS told me to, you know, to get off on 61, come down here to and turn left on 110th Street to get down here to Front Street off of Mississippi. And if you're driving a truck, do not come down 110th to get down here. I mean, you can take your truck down here, but going downhill towards the stop sign to Front Street, if that road was icy, because it's a steep grade going down to that stop sign, if it was icy, then you would just go right into the Mississippi River, practically. So I would just take 280 down there to Front Street, and that's the way I'm going to go out. Yeah, if you're driving a truck, do not come down 110th, especially if it's, you can, but if there's any ice on the road, you know, you may slide right through that stop sign. So just be aware of that. And I think they said they're going to put the bills in the back, and the exit is right over there where that UPS truck across the railroad tracks, and that's Front Street. So we can just we'll be able to get our bills and shut our doors, send in the information, and take off. All right, we got loaded. That only took about, I don't know, 15-20 minutes after I pulled into the dock. Put the paperwork in the back, got that in there, and got the messages sent in. Now we need to get up there to get up there to I-80 westbound, and we better go get a weight ticket. So we're gonna have to stop probably at the Pilot and see where our tandem axles are sitting. This is actually the entrance that we came in. I thought it was another, I thought this exit was a something else. I think that truck might be turning in here. Yeah, he's turning in here, so we'll get out of his way. should put before anything that I want for the truck. A bit of maintenance stuff that we need. So we are going to pull in here again. And I believe the scales at this TA is right by the fuel island. So I hope it is. I think that's where you get your weight ticket. Welcome again to Iowa 80. And I would go in the trucking museum, but I don't have time to do that. This is a 10-hour run at the least, so I don't want to waste any less of my on-duty time and off-duty time as I can. So I'll need my full 11 hours, possibly, to get this load over there. But remember, we woke up over here and we had to go down there to Buffalo to get this load and then come back. Alright. Where's the scales at? Let's see the scales. Which way do we need to come in to the scales? This side or the other side? Looks like from the other side. Darn it. I mean, that's what it looks like to me anyway. We're gonna make a right. Go around the fuel island. Spot the scales again. I think they're over there. Now I'm not sure. Most of them have an enter sign. So I hope I'm not going in backwards. I don't think I am. Pull on the scales here. First weight.
Track number
2972.
2972.
Yep. Thank you. Alright. We're going to get this weight ticket, see what we have. We'll have to slide the Timbs if we need to. My air suspension gauge is showing that I could be right on the money. Hopefully. And hopefully I'm not overweight on any of my tandems. But maybe we'll be able to slide them if we are. Hopefully. Be good on the weight and good on the tandems. Less time messing around. So we're just going to pull through the fuel island. eventually should wash my windows, but I think that's good. I mean, I have a good 6-7 hours before sunset, and I'm sure I'm going to stop before then. So we'll just pull up here and go get a weight ticket. Total weight is good, and I'm glad I didn't add any more fuel than I did. I put in 126 gallons plus 8 gallons of DEF earlier today, and our weight is at 79.5. We were a little heavy on our drive axles, but we were able to slide them 2 notches. We had 1,000 pounds, a little over 1,000 pounds to play with on the trailer tandem, so that should get the drive axles under 33. It should be about 33.6. I mean, yeah, about 33.6 on the drives now. Because each slot is about anywhere from 400 to 500 pounds, so we should be about 33.5 on the trailers, trailer tandems. So we should be under 34 for both tandem axles. So I think we're good to go. So we're going to get down the road because we have a long drive ahead of us. And we'll catch you down the road. Little update. We're about, I don't know, not too far from Des Moines. Of course, we've only been driving like 2.5 hours, and I had a D-rate code come up again. It felt like, it felt like it slipped out of gear, and it kind of worries me because when it does that, it's either the turbo or that turbo actuator again. So kind of worried about that, but it went away. You know, I came in here, I stopped at the Loves to see if it needed a manual regen, and it's not doing. It won't let me do it. So apparently it doesn't need one, but I did put that anti-gel in this morning in the fuel, and the last time I was out there on the road about 45 minutes ago, it was about 18 degrees. So I don't know if that's warm enough to cause that fuel to gel up if you put that anti-gel in there, because you're not supposed to put it in warmer weather, but I think it's still below freezing. So that kind of had me worried. I tried to do a regen. I opened the hood up. Of course I checked the turbo and the downpipe and everything else, and the actuator, and everything looked fine, and tried to do a regen. I did check my water fuel separator filter, and it's not full or anything. It's probably halfway full. I drained it a little bit, but nothing to say, hey, it's clogged up, at least not yet. So I don't know. Kind of got me worried, but we'll just have to get down the road because that code's not coming up again. The D-rate, I don't see it. No warnings. So I guess we'll just have to get down the road and see if it pops up. Hopefully it won't. Hopefully it was just a hiccup. In the dumb computer system. So anyways, I did that while I was here. I went off duty, and I went ahead and got me some lunch and some hot chocolate because it's so freaking cold up here. I've already had my coffee today. I don't want to drink too much of that. But I went ahead and did a walk around and made sure that that little slip wasn't, a tire blowing out or something like that. And I didn't see anything. All my tires are up. They're good. And I didn't see anything unusual. So I guess we'll get back on the road and go to Des Moines, and we're going to head towards Kansas City I don't know if I'll take that road over there to Topeka to Salina, because I think that's probably about 40 miles longer, and I don't need that extra time. I don't know if I'm going to have that extra time on the clock. Now, when I left there, it showed about a 9.5 hour drive, but those GPSs, they always guesstimate how fast you're going to go. And with a big truck, you know, especially pulling 43.5, you know, it's going to take a little longer than that. So it's probably going to be around 10.5, but I don't need to use any more of my on and off duty time, and because I'm going to have to stop and get some fuel along the way. And I don't want it to eat into my driving time tonight. So yeah, we need to get down the road, and hopefully that D rate will stay away, knock on wood, because I don't know what it is. I was thinking maybe it needed a manual regen, but it's not letting me, it's not kicking in. Sorry, I'm trying to get this freaking seat belt off of this little thing they have down there. That seat belt always catches on the seat. So, yeah, say some prayers for me. My truck's okay. I sure hope it is. Hopefully it was just a little hiccup. But let's get out of here. Let's get out of the Loves. We've got to get down the road. We've got to get down. Whoa, big chunk hole. I didn't even see that. Got to get down the road. Yeah, the motor sounds good. It doesn't sound like it needs a regen on it. Of course, I could be wrong. It's supposed to regen down the road. Now I know that webbing, I do have an exhaust leak still, that it was that webbing, because I replaced those gaskets and the clamps around that turbo downpipe, you know, last month. I thought it was maybe those gaskets had you know, were not doing their thing, but it was confirmed by Peterbilt that webbing, it's the flexible downpipe hose. You have a solid downpipe hose that turns into a flexible one, and then down to the solid one again. It's the webbing on that flexible one that is messed up. Now, which way do we need to go? We need to go west. I'm not even paying attention. As long as you know which direction you need to go, just follow the sign. Follow the signs. We need to get to the south for warmer weather, man. All this crap, all this braking crap always happens when you get in colder weather. That's when your truck starts breaking down. All the weaknesses of your truck you will discover in a colder climate. But at least I know what I need to do, because I already have one of those downpipe kits ordered, and it's at Kenworth where I'm at, but I've just got to get back home to get it. And I can put that on myself. But I am going to have to get my truck in the shop for either kingpins or the drums and the brakes, one of the two. And I did ask for 3 days. I did tell them I wanted 3 days off when I get back to Texas. So they did give me a back haul. After we get this one delivered, we go to Dodge City. We're picking up a 2-drop load. One drop's at Oklahoma City. I mean, admin, it's basically Oklahoma City. One drop is in Oklahoma City, and the other drop is in the colonies. I don't know if that's Dallas or I think that's Fort Worth. North Fort Worth, I could be wrong. 2 drops on that one, and then I pick up one in damn thing wants to do a regen. So, as you can see, it is trying to burn the soot, but it's smoking. I mean, that exhaust leak from that webbing is making it smoke like that. And had a young lady actually pulled beside me and was telling me, I guess, that she saw the smoke. It's not necessarily smoke. It's just exhaust coming from that webbing that's needs to be replaced on that downpipe. But since it's trying to do a regen, I thought I would take the opportunity. Since I was, now if I'd have been about 2 miles back or so, then I would not have pulled over, but because it's real busy back there. Well, I would say about 5 miles. No, not that far, but yeah, it's real busy back there. So anyways, the manual regen took this time. I wished it would have done it back there while I was at the Loves. I tried to get it to do it, but it didn't want to, so we will try to get this regen. Hopefully it doesn't take too long, because I don't have a lot of time to mess with. Here, I need all the driving time that I have. So hopefully it doesn't take too awful long to do that. I better go. I better go off duty. But yeah, you can see it really good. See how that making it smoke. I mean, nothing's wrong. It's just that the stuff that's burning is it's escaping through that webbing. Some of it is. I guess it's freaking people out. They think my truck's on fire or something. I don't know. But anyways, we're going to get this done and try to get down the road. Alright, well, we made it to Kansas City. No problem so far. I think it just needed to do a regen. I think it's having problems doing a regen because of that downpipe. That webbing on that downpipe has a leak in it, and it's webbing, so you may be having problems holding temp to do a regen. I mean, to do one going down the road, because it's supposed to be able to do it going down the road. I mean, you're really not supposed to have to do manual regens too much, but yeah, sometimes you have to. So yeah, we just got on the loop. We're gonna take the loop around there to 35 instead of going through town. Hopefully I won't lose too much time, but I am going to have to stop and get some fuel. I'm going to have to make that quick because I don't have a lot of time left. I think I had 30 minutes to play with. I did have close to an hour, but I had to stop and do that regen before I got a shutdown light. So it's better that I got that out of the way. So I would hate to get a shutdown light on a road like this. That would not be good. But yeah, we'll work our way around Kansas City and over there to, I think we have to go through Emporia. And come in on the northwest side of Hutchinson. Alright, people, it is 1:23, and on the date, not the time is probably about 9, it's almost 10 o'clock. But we made it last night to Hutchinson, so just barely, I mean, just barely. Had to stop and get fuel. I forgot where, I think over there in Beto. And I couldn't put it in from the pumps, I had to go inside to get it. And then that girl didn't know how to ring up something that I was getting, and so it took a little bit longer to get the fuel, but regardless, we got here with about 10 minutes to spare, and someone was kind enough to let me in the gate. If you ever come here, it's that cargo here in Hutchinson, but yeah, they have gate arms coming in and out, but there is a call box, you know, where you can push a button. I just pushed after hours button and shipping and receiving button. And somebody let me in. I don't know who did, but somebody lifted the gate up for me. So that was nice of them. So I was able to come back here and park and do a 10-hour break. And yep, our break is finished. So we're gonna go over here on the other side of these railroad tracks, where shipping and receiving is, and we're gonna get unloaded. Or try to anyway. See if anybody's working. Alright. My temperature gauge says 38, but I know it's colder than that. It always reads warm when the truck's sitting. But it's got to be better than yesterday, because it was a -2 yesterday morning. -2 up there in Iowa. There in Walcott. World's largest truck stop. -2. Alright, shipping and receiving. So it looks like there's truck parking over here also. So I could have came over here, but I did not know there were some spots over here. That's alright. At least over there I got some sleep. Over here they probably would have knocked on my door at 6:30 in the morning. And I hope I don't run over any nails. There's a lot of pallets over here, pallet pieces. So yeah. Alright, we need our mask. We need our ID, just in case. We need our keys. We need our hat with our numbers on it. And we need the VOLs. These are the VOLs. Alright. Driver check-in over here, and that's where I went, but there's nobody in that little red caboose, the boxcar. So it says no drivers beyond this point, check in at window. And but there's nobody at the window. So I guess we get to sit here because I'm not going to stand at that window when it's 32 degrees. And I know a forklift guy saw me. He's been going back and forth, but we'll see. Alright, well, we got a hold of the forklift driver. I just decided to go ahead and, even though that says not to, what are you going to do? It's a Saturday, you know. I don't think everybody's working today. It says shipping or receiving Monday through Friday. It is a Saturday, but like I told that guy, this load is a day late because of a trailer breakdown, because if you remember, that trailer broke down on us when we were picking it up in Schuyler. So we had to wait till the next morning. So he was gracious enough to tell me to back it into the door. At first he was like, there's no bosses here right now. I said, I can't do nothing with it. Look, man, come on, man. I got a meat load I need to pick up. I told him I work for Cargill, which I don't, you know, I'm a contractor. Same diff. I just let him know that. Alright, we need to slide our tandems. This load's pretty heavy, so slide them. Open the doors up. And we'll be good to go back in here. Right, we got back to the door. Told me to go ahead and cut the seal off the doors, and I just want to say this while I'm thinking about it. I read a sign where this plant, now I've never been to this plant before, but they said this plant is, they deal mostly in, I guess, I don't know, salt, I guess. It's like that Buffalo salt plant in Iowa. So they said it is a food grade facility. So just be aware that if you go up there to Buffalo and get a load or out of here, that your trailer does need to be washed out. So I'm glad I got a washout before I went to Salt Buffalo up there in Buffalo, you know, by Davenport. I'm glad I got a trailer washout before I went there. I was contemplating that. I was thinking, it's just salt, you know. I'll probably use it on hides, but apparently they make different food grade products with it. So yeah, and I guess you would do that, you know, with if you're making food products. They add salt to everything. So anyways, we're going to get unloaded here. They have a Love's here in Hutchinson. We're going to go over there and get some coffee. Kind of freshen up a little bit, you know, wash your hands and whatnot. And maybe get a breakfast burrito or a breakfast sandwich. We'll see what they have in there. And the coffee's the most important part, right? It's the most important part. So we're going to do that. And we don't load that meat load till tomorrow, so we've got the rest of the day to head toward Dodge City, and that's what we're gonna do. So see you on the road.